Hey first graders, welcome back to our Mrs. Ash here. We are going to answer this question today. We are going to do a little pattern making and then we are going to be drawing this super sweet little turtle. All right, so let's start off with reading the question of the day. Who can read this for me? Anyone out there want to read it for me? Oh, okay, you have your hand up. Go ahead, you read it. Just kidding. Okay. How can we make a pattern? All right, how can we make a pattern? So last year we talked about lines. This year we are going to take those lines and we are going to repeat them. And when we repeat something, we can create a pattern. So if I take a line, let's put one of our line types up here. We'll cover our turtle right now. Hey turtle, go to sleep, okay? We'll be back for you in a second, okay? Good night, turtle. Okay. All right, so if we take one of our lines from last year that we learned, so, this is a good Sharpie. Okay, let's take, trying to think of line types. I don't know any. Good, okay, you got one. All right, can someone yell some line types out at the screen at me? Zigzag. Did I hear someone say zigzag? Good. Okay, so let's take a zigzag line. Okay, here we go. Boop, 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 boop. That's just a line. Now to turn it into a pattern, I have to repeat it. Okay, so if I repeat this line over and over again, I'm now making a pattern. Now you'll talk about patterns in your real regular classroom too. And you might talk about a pattern that's an A-B pattern. And that's when you alternate back and forth, back and forth. This one doesn't alternate. This one's just a regular pattern. It just goes A, or zigzag, 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 zigzag. If we wanted it to alternate, we could do, let's get another line type. We could do zigzag, straight, zigzag, straight, zigzag, straight. That's an alternating pattern. Zigzag, straight, zigzag, straight, zigzag, straight. But in both of them, we are repeating. Okay, so you take one of your lines and you repeat it. Now a pattern is not just line. It could be a shape repeated. It could be a letter repeated. So in art, we're going to be talking about lines repeating. Okay, so we have our zigzags. Let's try and come up with a couple more line types, and then let's put them in a pattern. So how about this line type? I'll put it on here. You tell me what it's called. Does anybody remember this one? Dashed. Good. What about dots? Can we do a dotted line? It's very similar to dashed, except for it's just using the point of your marker or crayon. Okay, so those are two of our line types. How can I make it in a pattern? I have to repeat it. Okay, so I take a dashed line and and I repeat it. I hope you're practicing right now too. Can you make some lines on your paper? We're not making, I don't want to wake up my sleeping turtle, but we're not making the turtle yet. Just practicing our lines. Okay, so dashed, if I repeat this the same way as this first one I made, now I'm turning my line into a pattern. Are you going to get tired of me saying that? Look at that cool dashed line pattern. What about this dotted line pattern? This might just look like a big blob of dots once I get them all on here. I wonder if you'll be able to see that I'm following a line of dots. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can. Pretty cool, right? Okay, let's do one of our other line types from last year. I hope you're starting to put some down on your paper right now. You guys are way smarter than me and you have better memories. Let's do the loopy line. Ready? Loopy's a little tricky. We're gonna start here. We're gonna go up, 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 and overlap the other line. Okay, we're gonna keep it going. Ready? Whoa, 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 loopy line. All right, let's make it a pattern. Let's repeat it. Woo, woo, woo. Here's a loopy line pattern. I'm repeating loopy lines. Ooh, they're even overlapping. That's a cool pattern. All right, let's do a bumpy line or a curvy line or a squiggly line. We have lots of names for this one. That's where we just kind of make hills, right? A little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit up. Not as severe as the zigzag. That's more like a mountain line, right? Pointy. This one stays rounded. There's our curvy line. So we have lots of line types here. And we also forgot the straights. So we have our verticals, our up and downs, our horizontals, our side to sides, and our corner to corner, our diagonals. So if we repeat any of those, we make a pattern. If I repeat these straights, now I have this cool striped pattern. Let's try an alternating with stripes. I'm going to do, so alternating means you go every other, right? So let's pick 2 lines and let's alternate them. All right, so get out your marker. I'm going to do it with straights. Let's do a horizontal and a vertical. Horizontal, vertical. Okay, ready? Horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical. Oh my gosh, look at this paper. This paper is a work of art already. Maybe we don't even need to draw the turtle. Let me check with the turtle, see if he wants us to draw them. Hey turtle, do you want us to draw you? Okay, let's see. Do we add all of our lines? Okay, we got our straights. We got our zigzag and our curvy. We got dashed and dotted. We even have loopy. Let's just add in one more. Let's add in a scallop. Okay, a scallop is like a fish scale, if you can remember. So you start at the top, you make a smile line, or like a capital U, and then you do it again. Capital U, capital U, capital U. That's called a scallop, okay? And when you put them together, it can look like feathers or scales. All right, so I hope you practice lines. When you turn in your project today, you could turn in your line practice and your turtle if you wanted, or you could have them on the same paper. Maybe you have your line practice at the top of your paper and you make your turtle below. That would be cool. All right, so let's see here. Hi, turtle. Now, this was made by a first grader. What we did was we created a turtle, the body of a turtle, the outline, and then inside we added patterns. We made these little sections, and in each one on the turtle shell, we put a pattern in there where we took a line and we repeated it. This first grader filled theirs in sort of like with realistic colors. The brown is realistic for a shell of a turtle, and they chose green for the body, but you don't have to, okay? So if you want to fill in every one of your different sections with a different color, you could do that. It's up to you. So I'll probably make mine all different colors so that we have one of each, a realistic and an unrealistic or a whimsical one. Now we know it's not super realistic because a turtle doesn't really have stripes and line patterns on it, but I meant realistic coloring, right? Okay, alrighty, so let's get ourselves a paper and let's draw a turtle together. Okay. Goodbye, line types. Alrighty, the first thing we need when we draw our turtle is a rainbow line, okay? And you want it to fill up your space on your paper. So I like to air draw it on first. So I'm gonna start over here and I'm gonna be like, okay, does that look right? Does that fill up my space? I want this to be interesting to my viewer, so I don't want it to be this teeny little tiny turtle. And they're like, what did you draw, Mrs. Ash, right? Okay, so you guys know I'm not good at drawing on an easel. Okay, you remember this from last year. Alrighty, so we're gonna start over here. We're gonna go up, 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 up. Back down, rainbow line. Mine's not perfect, oh well. Then I'm going to close it off with a horizontal line. I'm gonna make it a little curvy, so I'm gonna curve it a little. Looks like a little mountain or a little hill. Then I'm gonna make another line right above it that's gonna mimic or be the same as this line. Like a pattern, repeat. So I'm gonna repeat this line. That's the bottom of my turtle shell. Now, we're gonna add a scalloped line, just like this friend did with, they were yellow. We're gonna add a scallop line. Okay, and remember that's a capital U that goes over and over. So a bump, 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 bump. All right, we're gonna make that coming out of the bottom of the shell, okay? Let's see here. Bump, 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 all the way across. Bump, 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 bump. Do you like me to make the sound effects? You guys are like, Mrs. Ash, be quiet. Don't make a sound effect for every line. Okay, all right, now we have the start of a cheeseburger, I think it looks like. But we have to turn this into a turtle. So we need to make some feet. Let's go with feet, little legs. Our little legs are just gonna be a little capital U. Capital U over there. Another little capital U over here. Oh my gosh, look at his little feet. Or his little legs. One here, another one here. All right, now we gotta find out where we're gonna put his head. So whatever room you have more room on, put the head on that side. Okay, so I think I have more room on this side, so I'm gonna put his head over here. The head is kind of like when someone blows a bubble and they blow it out and it's kind of like skinnier here and then it gets wider. That's what we're gonna do. So we kind of want it to be skinny and then get wider. Okay, so we're gonna go skinny, skinny, and then whoa. We can put his eye on him. Oh, mine's looking up. Maybe a smile. I've had so many kids add things to these turtles, so maybe you want to add a whole different face on yours. Maybe yours has a Pikachu head. I don't know. You'll have to decide for you. I've seen kids put crowns on them and bows on them and scarves on them, so you'll have to decide what you want to add to yours. Okay. I think mine needs a party hat. This is where it ties around his head, and here's the top of it. Oh my gosh, Mrs. Ash, that is the goofiest turtle in the world. Okay, and now we are gonna put on his little tail, and it's just a sideways triangle. Okay, so it's kind of like the start of a zigzag line. So a little, get it that way. Oh my goodness, so cute. That's the biggest shelled turtle in the world. Okay, so now we're gonna section off the turtle shell. So I just kind of do it with capital U's or scallop line. And you can kind of place them wherever you want. These are where we're gonna put all of our different patterns. Doesn't have to look just like mine. All right, my turtle looking up. He's searching for his party, it looks like. Where's the party? I have my hat on. Tell me where to go. All right, so remember, on the front somewhere, put your name. So I'm gonna put my name somewhere on the front, wherever you have room. Mrs. Ash. All right, now comes the crazy part. You have to add your lines. Okay, so we made all these lines, right? Now I want you to take some of these line types, some of these line patterns, and you are going to add them into the sections that you created here. So let's see, how many different types of lines did we make? Let's see, we have zigzag, we have all of our straights, and there's 3 different straights, so we'll count them each as their own. Vertical, horizontal, and diagonal. Then we have dashed and dotted. We have the scallop line, remember that's the bumpy one that goes up, up, up. So that's 7. We have curvy and loopy. So we have 9 lines on here. I don't have that many sections. Let's see how many sections I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm not gonna be able to put all my line types on. That's okay. You put as many as you can on with the sections that you have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick one line type. I'm gonna start with a straight vertical, and I'm gonna repeat it, and I'm gonna fill up that whole section. Boop, 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 boop. Did I make a pattern? I did. I repeated my line. I chose vertical and I repeated it to fill up that whole section. Now I'm gonna pick a new one. Over here, maybe I will do dashed. Okay, maybe in this section I will do zigzag. Mrs. Ash, can we do an alternate? You don't have to just do the same line over and over and over. If you want to do the alternating pattern, if you want to do straight, curvy, straight, curvy, straight, curvy, sure. Let's try one of those. Let's do scallop, horizontal, scallop, horizontal, scallop, horizontal. That's a cool line pattern right there. All right. Let's finish this off by adding the lines that you want. I'm going to do a loopy. I'm going to do a vertical. I'm going to do another ziggy-zaggy going the other way. I'm going to do diagonal. And I'm going a little fast so that you guys have time to work too. But I want you to take your time on your project, because remember, you're turning it in for me, okay? And I want to mark that you did it. So I want you to take your time on your art and really work hard. So I have this super cool party turtle happening right here. I have my name on the front. I've added lots of line types and I've turned them into patterns by repeating them. Whoa, Mrs. Ash, this is a lot going on in one lesson, right? Do you think we should take a little nap? Again, another nap in the middle of the lesson? Okay, a nap real quick before you start the coloring. Put your head down, take a little nap. Okay, back up. All right, so now I'm gonna time lapse my coloring so you don't have to be bored watching me color forever. I'm gonna make each one of my sections a different color. You don't have to do that. You can make yours realistic like this friend did with the brown and green. You can color your whole turtle shell in one color if you want. You decide how you color it. I'm gonna color mine and then we will check back afterwards to answer our question. Okay. Alrighty, so I have my party turtle finished. I decided, like I said, to make him super colorful. So you can now add a background. You can leave it white. It's your choice. I am gonna cut mine out, I decided. I think this would be a cool thing cut out. So let me do that quick. If you have scissors, you could cut yours out if you wanted to. There's a lot of tricky lines in here to cut, so it's really good practice. Look at this cute little party turtle. Okay, so I can't wait to see what yours looks like. If you ended up cutting yours out, just make sure you put your name on the back so you don't, we know whose it is. Turtle on my head. All right, if you wanted to cut yours out, go for it. If you want to glue yours down onto another piece of construction paper, that might be cool, a bright color. That's what we usually do in school, but we're not going to do that this time. So I can't wait to see what you make. And remember, you can turn in the turtle and the lines on one paper if you want, or you could take a picture of them both separate, or you could take a picture of just the turtle. I'm okay with any of those. Can't wait to see what you make, and I'll see you guys next week.